Good morning dear students. Welcome to online video classes. Today we are going to study history and civics and the last part of the chapter 2, the executive. Today we will cover these points in our video class: the Vice President, qualification, election, power and function of the Vice President, administrative executive, civil services, the state executive. Under state executive we will study the governor, qualification, power and function of the governor, the chief minister, qualification, election process of chief minister, and the power and function of the chief minister. Now we will start with the vice president. When we will study about the union executive, then we will find the Vice President of India is the second highest constitutional office in India and has been held by Mr. M. Venkaiah Naidu since August 2017. On August 11, 2017, Mr. Venkaiah Naidu was sworn in as the 13th Vice President of India. Qualification for elections of the Vice President. The qualifications for election to the office of Vice President are: he must be a citizen of India, or he or she must be over 35 years of age. She must not hold any office of profit and must be qualified for election as a member of Rajya Sabha. She should not be a member of any house of parliament. Elections of the Vice President. The election of the Vice President, also like the election of the President, is indirect and in accordance with the system of proportional representation by means of the single transferable vote. But in the election of the Vice President, the state legislatures do not have any role to play. The election of the Vice President, as we know, is known as the indirect election as the President election of India. In the year 2017, Mr. Venkaiah Naidu had defeated Mr. Gopal Krishna Gandhi in the Vice President election, and since August 2017, he is the Vice President of India. The power and functions of the Vice President. The Vice President is the next highest dignitary to the President of India. No formal functions are attached to the office of the Vice President. The Vice President acts as the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. But if there is a vacancy in the office of President because of death, resignation, removal, or otherwise, the Vice President acts as a President until a new President is elected within 6 months from the date of occurrence of that vacancy. Shri V.V. Giri acted as President after the death of Dr. Zakir Hussain in the year 1969, and more recently, Shri B.D. Jatti acted as a President when Shri Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed expired in 1977.
Now we will study about Indian Administrative Executive.
Administrative Executive or Civil Services. The civil services refer to the career bureaucrats who are the permanent executive branch of the Republic of India. The civil service system is the backbone of the administrative machinery of the country. In a democracy, the civil services play an extremely important role in the administration, policy formulation and implementation, and in taking the country forward towards the progress and development. India is a democratic country, and in the system, power confers with the people. The power is exercised through its designated representatives who have command to manage them for a particular period. The civil services, by quality of its knowledge, experience, understanding of public affairs, support the chosen representative to devise effectual policy and have great responsibility to implement these policies for the welfare of society and enhancement of nation.
It is the logo of Indian Administrative Services.
Now we will study about the state executive. The state executive consists of governor and councils of ministers with the chief minister as its head to deal with state issues. As you are watching in this picture, Mrs. Anandiben Patel is the governor of UP and nominal head of the UP, whereas Mr. Yogi Adityanath, chief minister of UP, is actual head of the state. The governor or lieutenant governor of the states and union territories of India have similar powers and functions at the state level as that of the President of India at union level. Governors exist in the states while lieutenant governors exist in union territories and in the national capital territory of the Delhi. The governor acts as the national nominal head, whereas the real power lies with the chief minister of the state and his or her council's minister. Qualification of the governor. Under the Article 157 and Article 157 of the Constitution of the India specify eligibility requirements for the post of the government. They are as follows. A governor must be a citizen of India. He or she must be at least 35 years of age, not be a member of either House of the Parliament or the state legislature, not to hold any office of profit. Power and functions of the governor. The primary function of the governor is to preserve, protect and defend the constitution and the law as incorporated in his or her oath of the office under Article 159 of the Indian Constitution in the administration of the state affairs, as his or her actions, recommendation, supervisory shall be used to implement the provision of the Constitution. In this respect, the governor has many different types of powers, such as executive powers related to the administration, appointments and removals, legislative powers related to lawmaking and a state legislature, that is a state legislative assembly, Vidhan Sabha or a state legislative council, Vidhan Parishad. Discretionary power to be carried out according to the discretion of the governor. She is Mrs. Anandiben Patel, receiving honor from the Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi. The Chief Minister. The Chief Minister in the Republic of India, a Chief Minister is the elected head of the government of each state. Out of 28 states and sometimes a union territory, currently only the union territories of Delhi and Pondicherry have serving the Chief Ministers. According to the Constitution of India, the governor is a state head, but de facto executive authorities rest with the Chief Minister. Following the eligibility or qualification for the post of the Chief Minister. The Constitution of India sets the principal qualification one must meet to eligible to the office of the Chief Minister. A Chief Minister must be a citizen of India. He or she should be a member of the state legislature. If a person is elected Chief Minister who is not a member of the legislature, then he or she must take a sign from governor, or his age or her age should be 25 years or more. An individual member who is not member of legislature can be considered as the Chief Minister provided he she gets himself or herself elected to the state legislature within 6 months from the date of their appointment, failing which he or she would cease to be the Chief Minister. The election of the Chief Minister. The Chief Minister elected through a majority in the state legislative assembly. This is procedure established by the vote of confidence in the legislative assembly as suggested by the governor of the state who is appointing the authority. They are elected for 5 years. The Chief Minister shall hold office during the pleasure of governor. Now, power and function of the Chief Minister. The Chief Minister holds a pivotal position or strong position in the working of the state government. He has enormous powers and vast responsibilities, such as to act and advise the governor, head of the councils of ministers. As head of the councils of ministers, he has so many works such as formation of ministry, removal of ministers, presides over the meeting, coordinates the working of various departments, and the leader of the house. So, dear students, today we have studied about the Vice President of India, qualification, election procedure of Vice President of India, and power and functions. Then we have studied about administrative executive as civil services, the state executives, the governor, qualification, process and power and function, then Chief Minister of the states, such as their qualification, their power and function. So, today we have covered these topics. This is all from the chapter number 2, the executive. Rest of the topics from the next chapter we will study in our next video class. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you.